What's up everybody, Blockus here, and today I'm here to show you my newest Create Mod gold farm, which I built in Create Mod 0.3.1. This gold farm is pretty intense in my opinion. It's probably the fastest kind of farm that I've built at all, and it's really extremely fast. It has no bottlenecks, and that was the whole idea behind the design, is that no matter how much cobblestone you feed into this beast, it's going to take it and process it into gold as fast as it can. Well, I guess as fast as it can isn't saying much, but here it is. It's rotating as 256 RPM. I have this very simple cobblestone generator, which when I'm going to turn it on, you'll see that it is extremely loud. Check it out. Yeah, it takes over. So I'm not going to use this for a second, but just to give you an idea, this is a very simple cobblestone generator that generates, I think, 16 blocks of cobblestone at once, and they all go right away into this chute right here, and then into this chest where they wait. Now, I can't open this chest right now, unfortunately, because right now in Create Mod, when you have this type of setup with a chute and another one coming out the side of it on top of a chest, the chest doesn't open. I don't know if that's intended or if it's a bug, but it doesn't affect us here because the chest doesn't need to be opened. Now we have this side funnel here, which is kind of a new thing in Create 0.3.1 because in the past this was just the same as the brass funnel. You can put it on the side on a belt like this and it'll look just like this, and you can put it vertical between containers and it will work the same way as well. And now it only works sideways like this. So when you're using it, in this case, the brass funnel is exactly the same as it used to be. So I have this set to take a full stack at a time. And then each one of these is set to take a full stack as well. So it's not going to take anything less than a stack. And what this does is it makes sure that we're feeding a lot of material into the crushers, into the whole system to maximize the flow and the speed, and also to guarantee some bonuses at the very end. Right here, you might be wondering what this mess is, and this is an item splitter. It's a redstone item splitter that I designed a while back, and I actually have a video explaining exactly how it works and why, but I'll still give you a quick summary of it. Essentially, we have these content observers facing into the smart chutes that I just showed you. And these content observers will turn on whenever a smart chute has items in it. These smart chutes down here are locked, so nothing can pass. So this will take 64 a stack, and then it's going to go and sit right here in the funnel or the chute. And then we're going to take another 64 and it's going to be here, and that's going to cause this to permanently turn on. Turning on this repeater, it will turn off the torch, and then we are going to basically split the items so that, as you see, all of these torches are powering this same line of redstone. So this line of redstone will be powered on unless all of these torches are off. So whenever we have put 2 stacks in each one of these sets, well, actually in the last one there's not going to be enough time, so this last one is just going to get 1 stack, and you'll see that in action. The redstone line is going to blink off, and what that happens is it turns off this redstone link and then turns off this redstone link in turn, which will unlock all of these lower smart chutes right away and send 2 stacks of everything into the crushing wheels. This is pretty neat. I think this is actually what allowed me to make this machine really fast, other than the way the crushing wheels are set up. But it took me a long time. This had hoppers and belts at the beginning, and every little step I took meant less bottlenecks and much more efficiency. So, like I said, this cobblestone generator is really loud and really slow, and I'm going to turn it on just to show you for a little bit, but we're going to have to go a little bit far away because it's extremely loud, as I said. So what's happening is that the cobblestone is getting crushed and it's gonna go and get processed, and the system is gonna wait until you get, I think these are 15 stations, so you're gonna have to get 15 stacks in the chest before the system is going to start processing them, which means that you actually have a lot of buffer time to allow your cobblestone generator to generate more and to create a really fast cobblestone generator to prevent that. Because I know that some people have designs for cobblestone generators that are vertical and that produce more than 1 stack in one go. So with those cobblestone generators, you can put them here and this machine will take care of it. And to prove it, and I'm sorry I was talking while this thing was running, I'm sure it was very hard for you to hear that part. But in order to show you that this thing can handle a lot, I have these two chutes coming out of a creative chest, which means they're gonna pull at double speed. We're gonna put some cobblestone here so that the system runs without the cobblestone generation. So as you see right here, we pretty much have instant feeding. Like whatever we need is going to come in and is going to be taken. And unfortunately, we can't open this chest to see how fast it's happening. But as you see, if we look at the other side, we'll see right here that the torches are getting turned off. Let's watch. This is going to be fun to watch. Whenever the last one turns off, it blinks off. The crushing wheels now have stuff to crush. You see all of these things flying around. So we go down and everything drops at once into these basins. And the basins are pressing the clay into clay blocks. Other than that, this smart chute right here is taking everything else out and dropping it into lava. So the clay gets pressed into clay blocks and get deposited on these basins right here, and this one smelting unit is smelting everything all the way to here. Now I think this might actually need the 256 RPM, maybe not. I don't know how far the air gets with lower speeds. But this is pretty awesome. Whenever you have the clay smelted into terracotta, it gets dropped in here, and then it's getting crushed by these guys into red sand. And then the red sand will get washed down here. So let's see, let's wait for some red sand to come in. There's a bunch of sand here, but the red sand comes, I think, a couple of seconds after, because it takes some smelting. So there you go. We're getting some red sand, and the red sand is getting washed, and so it turns into gold nuggets and a bunch of other stuff. Like roots come out of washing the red sand or something like that, and they all go into the trash right here. So you can always use whatever you want to or dispose of it. But this is basically everything. All of this, you know, happened. It didn't happen as we're talking right now, but it really was a very short amount of time. So if you AFK next to this farm for a day, or if you have it in your spawn area, which I don't really recommend unless you have a whole silo of chests here so that you make sure that nothing clogs up, and maybe set up some stockpile switches to make sure the machine turns off when everything is full, because you really don't want your cobblestone to be floating around, thousands and thousands of entities building up until you freeze your whole system, and worse, if you're on a server, everything freezes. Now, we might see this every now and then, which is funny because I haven't seen it in any other machine, but it's not a real problem. It's nothing really. Whenever the items start dropping, this is gonna move and press fine. I think it just gets confused sometimes. This one did close fully. Sometimes it might also be because we're not looking at it and there's some rendering issues there. I don't know. Like I said, it works. So here we have all this gold. This is the model I've used for other mass production farms, but before I used to put my crushing wheels sideways like this. I used to like to put them like that, not like this. Anyway, and stack them up, and then the other set would be next to them. But for some reason, I don't know if it's a Create 3.1 issue or if it's just me being confused over something I knew before, but things started flying in between. I couldn't use that setup. And then I discovered that using this setup is actually a lot more efficient because we get a set of crushing wheels for each smart chute. So this ended up being a lot better than I thought. And I really want to hear your opinions on it. This is really what Create Mod is all about to me, like building all of these big machines and stuff. So let me know if you have any suggestions to improve it. If you think that for one reason or another you can't use something like this, or you know there are ways to make it more affordable or survival friendly, let me know. And if you're not subscribed, I'll ask you to please consider subscribing, because I release videos like this and try to come up with new machines and new redstone contraptions, mostly with Create Mod, very regularly, at least once a week, but usually more than that. So at this point, I believe that I've said everything I needed about this contraption. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you'll come back for more in the future. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.